And she's still fidgeting, but that is okay. Welcome to Dose of Did You Know with Danny Rocco. And with me today is one. I am hearing something.
Me too.
Can you mute yourself? We've got a little technical tech going on here.
So look, it's all the way down, but I can still hear all the noise.
Yeah, there's definitely a feedback coming somewhere along the line.
I hear you twice. I can hear myself echoing. I can hear you echoing.
Interesting. Well, am I echoing for you now? Am I echoing out there for people? Do people hear me 2 times, 3 times, 4 times? Yeah, Russell said it's echoing there. Is it echoing on Instagram?
Yes.
It is echoing on Instagram. What? How about this? Let's see. We're gonna do a little.
Let's do it.
Is that better? Or is that worse?
I don't know. Let's try.
It's
There
better.
are all these sounds that are trying to interrupt.
Oh, and they can't hear you on Instagram.
Okay.
Ugh. Well, you know what? We're just going to go with the flow. Can you hear me, Russell, on Facebook? I do know Russell, and he's on Facebook, so we'll go there.
So do I turn off the Instagram?
No, just Instagram. Can you hear Jurate? This amazing designer.
Can you hear Jurate?
Oh, there is a heavy feedback on your end. There's something with your mic. We're going to leave Instagram because it might be causing a problem there. And if not, we will be back and this interview will get going and you are going to see and hear the amazing designer and her fashion and actually how she thinks about the world and her viewpoint on love and relationships and the feminine energy. And I can't wait to share it with you, but we're going to try to pop off here.
Sorry, Danny.
This is the world of technology. We're going to just focus in on here. And if Jurate is having some volume issues, you know when you can double hear yourself? So we're going to go slow just in case that.
I can definitely double hear myself. But I will try my best not to get distracted from this whole amazing energy right now.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you are with us. And, technical feedback, that's just, I think because our energy is so strong, it's causing chaos in the computer world.
I agree with you, Danny. I think that's the case.
But give me a little bit, tell the world about you, who you are. What if you could just I know who you are. You came here with $300 in your pocket.
2.
Oh, sorry about that. I got it wrong. $200 in your pocket. Tell a little bit about quick.
Yes. So Danny knows my story, but I will share my story because I think it's important. That's how most of the entrepreneurs start. I came to the United States when I was 19 with $200 in my pocket. And when I look back into the 40 years of my life, I have no idea how I did it. No idea how I am where I am today. But I think the reason is that I never thought about the fact of how. I always thought about the destination and just followed my heart. So the $200, if somebody would tell me now to go to another country with $200, I would be like, are you crazy? But back then, when you're 19, you don't think of how are you going to survive or how. You just have this eagerness to see the world, to see the big whole world. And when you get to see that big whole world, you realize that your dreams can be so much bigger than you thought they can be. Because now you are wow, look at what's around you. Everything is possible. And so 5 years later, I'm just going to make it quick. 5 years later, from $200, not knowing anybody in the United States, not having rich uncles or aunts helping me, I built my dream life. I believe that was an American dream, where I studied from University of Colorado with an international business degree, bought a big, huge, brand new house, landed a dream job in Denver downtown at one of the tallest buildings on the top floor as a project manager working with biggest international companies with 27 languages. And I thought, I am living my American dream. I arrived. I arrived.
Well, I think you did arrive in that moment. And if so many of us could take that courage and just let go of everything that we've been taught and everything that we believe and just say, this is what I'm going to do. I mean, you are living proof that when you put like that strategic mindset together, it can happen. I'm sure it wasn't easy. I mean, it's so nice to tell the story now because you're not going through the pain and the fear of it, but really that just didn't stop you. So you come here, you create this amazing life, and now you and your sister are both here, and you have created um, I don't even know what to call it. I always get like befumbled when I try to describe it because it's not a line of clothing. It's a sustainable clothing. It is couture. It brings the energy of the feminine power onto you. Talk a little bit about what does that mean? What does when I say it brings the feminine energy, brings out the feminine energy in a woman when they wear it? What does that
So,
mean?
so let me go back a little bit to that moment where you said, you feel that you achieved something, that you finally living your dream, and you realize that that's not my dream. That's the dream that everybody thinks that's how it's supposed to be. We, if we look into ourselves and we think, okay, is this my dream or is this somebody else's dream? Am I living my passion or am I working for somebody else's passion? So when I realized that moment that, okay, I thought this is a dream and it turned out that's not my dream, I started really looking into what is it? What is it my dream? What is my dream? What is my passion? What am I want to leave legacy about? And after having all that success, I packed one suitcase, left everything behind, all the beliefs, all the you create in life, you become who you are based that shapes who you are based on the beliefs, the people who surround you, right? And left everything behind and moved to Hawaii to search for the meaning, to search for the answers.
Well, at least you picked some awesome places.
I
Colorado,
did.
I mean, New York, Colorado, Hawaii. I mean, could have done it in a better location.
I did, Danny, and that's the thing is like I never thought of how I'm gonna do it. And again, I started from zero after building all that life. I started from zero again, really getting into who I am. What is it that I want to do? And when you say I created this brand, this line, I really feel that I created a new dimension that didn't exist. Something that is more than just fashion, more than art. As you say, into that equation, fusing fine art and haute couture, I'm bringing the feminine energy back, the powerful, invisible, creative, so amazing and beautiful and flowing feminine energy where every piece is hand painted on live medium silk, can be draped over a woman's body, and it has its own soul. It tells a story. Every piece has a message. Every piece has its own life story. It's a living thing that you get to wear. And when you wear it, you have a couple of those pieces.
Mhm.
you can feel everything that went into that piece. It's not only just a work of art, it's not a clothing piece, but it has its own soul.
Yes. Yes, it really does. I feel that you took these dimensions that you created within yourself, right? You peeled these layers off and you developed new layers within you.
Yes.
And that is what your clothing represents. So when a woman does put over, as you say so beautifully, when it is draped over a woman's body, because that is what it feels like. If you don't feel like I'm going into my closet and today I have this to wear, you are wearing something that, from generations to generations will be handed down um, as heirlooms. You're creating that, but enjoying it at the same time. And if this makes sense, then it takes your energy along with your, like my energy, along with the energy that was created from you and your sister, fusing it with the that unconscious energy that's out there that's vibrating through the world. I know I might sound a little wonky and crazy talking like this, but when you feel something so powerful, you understand it. And that is what her pieces are, because they're all unique. They're all completely designed for you as an individual or for a purpose. So if it's like the ocean, talk about the ocean. Tell them about the ocean series. Well, really cool because you met like a prince regarding all of it. So that was cool for me as a friend to watch to live through you going through that.
No, it's amazing because, when people ask how do you, my sister, who is, she was gifted with this talent to create these masterpieces. It's not my creation. It comes through her heart, from our consciousness. It comes, this universal intelligence taking its expression on this earth through art that becomes a masterpiece, that becomes a living art, that I was saying. And so all of these, in the beginning, when we started it, we were in Hawaii and we thought, okay, so we're creating a clothing line, that's scarves and handbags, hand painted bags and shoes and accessories. And then it became more and more and more. And then it became wedding dress collection. It became resort wear collection. It became masterpiece collection. You have one of those masterpieces. And it became so much bigger than we are, than us, so much bigger than life, that I think we don't even quite comprehend what we are here into, what we got ourselves into. Because now these collections, the last collection, and Danny, we were just filming for Donna Drake show in New York City, and I could not imagine a better divine timing to showcase that collection of nature, of ocean, that brings consciousness, that brings awareness and awakening with the messages on those pieces, saying that if you destroy our nature, you destroy our future, that you are the last best hope on earth and we ask you to protect it, or you and all the things we cherish are history. This is Leonardo DiCaprio's phrase. This is a perfect divine timing to showcase what we're actually creating. We're creating a global message. We're creating a global movement. We're creating a global feminine energy through every single piece. And it's very hard to put it into into its art or its passion or it's this. It's so much bigger than that, that combines all of these elements of nature, feminine energy, the beautiful, the flow, the universe, the universal intelligence that I don't even know if there is a category for this.
Well, I don't think so. I think you're on the cutting edge of a new category. And as you say, as we as a society, a global society, are coming together, and there were even those, worldwide meditations, and we have all of this different kind of chaos and craziness going on. It was perfectly placed timing for your collection of just who you are. It's a collection of, I think, who you are to vibrate through the world and be shown with the world that everything is interconnected from the clothing that you wear into the soil that you walk on. It is,
Yes,
there is a, what is that word I'm looking for? A consequence for every single thing, for every thought, for every
absolutely.
word spoken, for every piece that we wear. We are all one. And I think as a whole, we are now more aware of this.
Coming together and coming together into that one, and every single piece that my sister has created, that's the message, that everything is connected into one. Everything is one, everything is flow. Energy flows through everything, from everything to everything, connecting all the pieces together, connecting all of us together on our new consciousness that we are shifting into, evolving into. And I think a big reason why we created what we created was because we created a green and conscious brand that goes really showcases what's going on with the fashion industry. Most people don't know that, but fashion industry is the second largest polluter in the world, just after the oil industry. Second largest polluter in the world.
It's
That
crazy.
people buy, overconsume, buy all these clothes, all these t-shirts, and then they end up in the landfills, and then they make their way in the ocean. And 72% of all clothing is made from plastic, chemicals, and synthetics that make their way into the ocean.
Yeah.
When
And
we
into
wash
our
a,
body.
yes, and to our body, we put it on our body. And when we wash a synthetic piece of clothing, all these particles, we don't think about it, but all these particles make their way through the washing machine into the oceans. The fish eats it, and then we eat the plastic. It's a
Everything is,
circle.
yeah, everything is interconnected. So, talk about this because you know I am the relationship, like that guru, right?
The most
I'm just going to call
amazing
myself.
relationship guru I've ever met. The most beautiful and amazing relationship guru. Yes.
Like, you know, I love hard and I love deep without any, you know, wanting anything in return. So how do you feel? I know what this means to me. You're creating this feminine, but I also believe we need the feminine and the masculine energy to work interchanging. We all have it in us, both of them. And then obviously women have more and men have more of the other. So what I love is that you create a piece that brings out that feminine energy. And then there's a matching piece for the male, whether it's a pocket square, whether it is a tie. And then all of a sudden, you are taking this woman and bringing out her magnificent, unique power, connecting it with the man. So not only do they have that spiritual connection between each other, they also have the material. There's like a second layer of that connection. Did that just organically happen or was it planned?
No, it wasn't planned. It happened really organically because, as you say, everything in the universe is balance. Everything in the universe is love. Anything that is unbalanced is created by man or man's unbalance.
Mm-hmm.
We create the unbalance, right? So it's all about balancing all the pieces back together. So when we create something for a woman, we're really shifting her spirit into true magnificence through that piece. That piece is an extension of who she is. Because when we create a piece, it's not just, okay, so we're going to create a piece of you that's going to look beautiful on you. No, we get to know your soul. We get to know who you are. We get to know what is it that you do in this world and how do you want to represent yourself, because every woman is a creation of God. Every woman is unique, and there's no one dress, one size, one color that fits all. There's no one style that fits all, right? We all, and I don't know why people want to be like everybody else. Why do they want to wear like everybody else? Like, it makes no sense to me. And so for men started asking, I want something. I want something like this. Can you make something for us? I want something. And the first thing that we created was a wedding dress for a woman, and the man kind of fell off because she was so unique and beautiful, and the man is wearing his, like, it was something missing. So we're like, let's create this oneness. This
Mm-hmm.
we created his silk tie that had exactly the same what was on the dress in a manly form. And that was the most beautiful duo creation, because then we always have to balance that feminine and masculine, because then it flows so beautifully together. And it was like amazing.
Yeah. Well, I love how you are bringing the feminine and the energy and the relationship, and it's rippling through the world. And I am just so blessed to have you in my life and to have you as actually one of my closest, very small handful, not even a handful, one or two women that are my jam, and you were part of that. So thank you for coming on and sharing your magnificent. But before we go, because you know love is my thing, is and love is constantly flowing and changing. I do believe we don't love the same for each person, and we do not believe I don't believe we love the same every day. So in this moment, as you sit here today, what does love look like, feel to you?
Wow, that's a good question, Danny. You're right. Love is so evolving every moment, every day, every minute, every year. It's different. And for me, at this moment, my love is so universal. My love right now is for planet Earth. For planet Earth to heal, for planet Earth to be balanced again. We've been taking, drilling, polluting, doing all of this thing to our Mother Nature. And my love at this moment, I love my child, I love you, I love my sister, I love my husband, I love life, but at this moment, what needs love the most is our planet Earth. And that's where my love is going, because this is so important. If we all radiate that love to our planet, we are only guests here, but we took this and started taking a possession. We don't think that we are here as guests, and we should be grateful, and we should be loving, and we should be giving back. And so at this moment, my love is so big and so universal that I'm having children right now, but I'm sending my love every day to our planet to heal, to allow us to love her again, and to allow us to give back whatever we've taken. So, this is what love looks like to me today, if I answered the question.
That is beautiful. Yes, you did answer, and it's so perfectly you. How can people follow you? What is the best way for people to follow you?
So I'm on Instagram. It's Violeta Luce. On Facebook, Violeta Luce. The website, maybe you can put Danny, www.violetaluce.com. And always, people can always, since we're doing nothing right now, sitting at home and digging into ourselves, and what else can we do in this life to leave the legacy, to be better, to create more, to become together. Because just like you and me, we know that when you and I we come together, life becomes so beautiful.
Oh, it
And
really does.
anything is possible. Anything is possible. And that's the message. I feel that we all have to come together, not in a competitive way, not in a greedy way, but in a loving way. What can we do together with each other, for each other? What can we do together to make this, our planet, a better place?
That is, I mean, we could have a whole other talk
Yeah.
about that, and maybe we'll just, and I think we will at a later date, but I will definitely put all those links in the comments so people can follow you and reach out to you if it's something that they're interested in having a conversation of what even it looks like to start a piece for somebody small or big. So I will get all of that to you. And from my heart to yours, love hard, love deep, and love pure. And until next time, Love to
I
work
love
with
you.
you.
Thank you
I
for
love
this
you.
amazing time together.
I love you. I will see you.